Yeah. Who else we got? Oh, so this was they talked about Tupac and shit. So they had this nigga cousin up there. You know what I mean? So this nigga was talking about how he was in jail when he found out that Pac got shot or whatever. And I think the first time. He's probably in jail when he got shot both times. But this was the nigga that I was just surprised or whatever and shit that he did the documentary and shit. And the reason I say that is because this nigga supposedly did all this time. He from the streets and all that shit. But yet you up here on a documentary trying to implicate a nigga in a body.
Niggas is broke. They gonna do anything to do this.
You said what?
Said niggas is broke. They gonna do anything to get their hands on this.
Oh yeah, you know. Yeah, I mean he danced. You ain't got no motion. Yeah,
You look at that nigga. That nigga ain't even got no barber. He gave himself that haircut. Look at this nigga.
Yeah, Roy was saying, yeah,
He look like the booty bandit.
I was putting the joint up that Roy was talking about. Yeah, they had that Asian look, small eyes. Me saying Cassie do resemble each other. Yeah. But yeah, this nigga, bro, he was talking about. I seen an interview with him on I want to say it was AGTV, and the nigga was talking about, you know, what kind of criminal he was and shit. He was a 3-card Molly playing ass nigga.
Fucking
pickpocket ass nigga.
Yeah, pickpocketing ass nigga.
Like you the nigga, yo, he was the nigga back in the day. Like had the long ass trench coat with all the watches and shit hanging on the inside. Nigga, wow, boy. Talking about how he found out all this shit was going on with his cousin and the police nigga that he knew was involved, and how he did a whole bunch of nothing. You know what I mean? But yeah, nobody ass nigga and shit. You was just there for the check. Give your take. But they were talking about how they were trying to say how Diddy was jealous of Biggie and Pac relationship and all that. And I ain't gonna lie, I can kind of see that. Like, you know, that nigga definitely got the, you know, main character syndrome and shit like that. You know, that's Clip Po Daddy.
But
Clip
Po just got BBL surgery.
Yeah, see? Charleston White was dressed just like the nigga that gave him that BBL yesterday. On that interview.
Charleston White dressed like one of them niggas they let out the jail and I ain't got nowhere to go.
Yo, you know the little nursing school downtown Brooklyn where you used to see yeah, right by the little Lucy spot. He one of them niggas right now.
That nigga one of them bitches, you know how bitches to go buy a CNA outfit and they ain't got no job. That's Charleston White.
What?
Never trust a motherfucker walking around with scrubs on for no reason.
Out here selling, dressed like a bitch selling pussy and scrubs. Nah, being a scrub and some scrubs is crazy.
Shit, never trust a nigga that can wink at you all the time.
Never trust a nigga who could wash out one of his eyes with Windex. That nigga got a marble in his fucking head.
Never trust a nigga that don't trust you because he always got his eye on you.
Word, that's Betty Wap Betty. Who was it? Oh, so yeah, you had they had the nigga I think this is Greg Caden. He was the cop or whatever that was investigating the whole Tupac and Biggie murder. I think he was really investigating the Biggie murder. And
Yeah,
then
he was
LA,
investigating
the Pac got killed in LA. But I know that he was put on the task force, you know what I'm saying, like on the whole cold case shit. And I think he was one of the niggas, I think he was the dude that was there with Orlando Anderson.
Yeah.
Or it might have been the other cop, the other Compton cop or whatever and shit, I think.
Nah, it was him. He the one that put that movie Rampart together. That's what the Rampart movie is about.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it was the Compton cop or whatever and shit, who the nigga that did the 5150 shit. They did
it's him and some other nigga. It's him and another.
Yeah, but nah, it was those two other cops or whatever. He's straight LAPD. Them two cops or whatever and shit that was on that Baby Lane shit, knew all the shit about the South Side. They was from Compton PD.
Yeah.
Yeah, that nigga though, he was like attached to that whole like Rampart. That was the LAPD thing because Compton got their own police department. But that's where Reggie Wright and like his daddy and shit with the big dog over there. You know what I mean? All that shit.
Compton was the suburbs till real niggas came in.
Well, I mean, it wasn't even the suburbs or whatever and shit. To be honest with you, it was really an agricultural area. When the dude who actually the city of Compton is named after was when he sold it, you know what I mean, to the county. That nigga, it was like a pact in there and shit that they had to keep, certain agricultural shit, you know what I mean, intact. That's why if you go to Compton now, them niggas still got like the horses and all that shit. You know what I mean? Niggas be fucking with the little horseback and all that bullshit. So, yeah, that's the whole shit. But dude, Greg basically was breaking down the whole Biggie murder and shit. Now, what's crazy about the documentary, what was new about it, you know what I'm saying? Like episode 2, examined the whole East Coast, West Coast hip hop rivalry, which really wasn't the East Coast, West Coast and shit. That was Diddy and Puff. You know what I'm saying? But
you mean Suge
allegations, huh?
You mean Suge and Diddy? You said Diddy and Puff.
Yeah, I mean they broke down the whole shit about how Wolf walked up and shot Big Jake 5 times right in front of Suge. They said the nigga walked up to him. He like looked at Suge like while he had the gun on his partner and just squeezed like while he's still looking at the nigga type shit. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is that happened in Atlanta and shit. That was Jermaine Dupri party and shit like that. And what's wild about it is how Wolf did that shit in Atlanta and where that nigga gets smoked.
In the area.
You know what I'm saying? At a party. Playing with Michi boys. So the irony of that shit, like, even the irony they talked about with Baby Lane, him getting when he got killed or whatever, he told the cop the same thing Pac told the nigga, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the nigga checked out. But it basically in episode 2 they really speculated on his involvement in the death of Tupac and Biggie. You know what I'm saying? It also includes claims from former gang members from the Manfield Crips, I believe, and they played the footage of Keefy D saying that Diddy offered $1 million for the murder of Tupac and the nigga Suge. And the accusations also came from former Bad Boy co-founder this nigga that Diddy had pushed Biggie or whatever to take the LA trip and stay in Los Angeles despite all the known dangers and all that shit. You know what I mean? Now, what's crazy is he said that Biggie was supposed to go with him to London. Like he was supposed to be the first bad boy artist or whatever and shit to meet the press in the UK and all that bullshit. So, you know what I mean? That was but they had footage and shit of like never before seen footage and shit from that night, and like some audio I guess that picked up over the 911 call. You know what I mean? After Biggie got shot and shit like that or whatever. And they showed Puffy's car like, you know, speeding away and all this other shit, whatever. So then they talked about the whole Rolling Stone situation, like after Biggie died. So I guess even before he died, the nigga was supposed to do the Rolling Stone cover, and I guess they were still gonna give him the Rolling Stone cover after he died, like some tribute shit. And Diddy went and took the cover. You know what I mean? But what's crazy is I think the nigga Kirk Burroughs was the one that said Diddy took him out there to put the finishing touches on the album Life After Death, and that the album wasn't supposed to be called or wasn't originally called that and shit. But the problem I don't believe about that, bro, is I've always heard the story that it was supposed to be a whole trilogy, right? So it was Ready to Die, Life After Death, and the Resurrection or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like all planned out. It was supposed to be like a whole story. And we know Big do all his shit, like, you know what I mean? The storytelling shit. So, I don't know. Like I said, it wasn't really too much new on this shit either. You know what I mean? That we didn't already know outside of just the exclusive footage and shit that we never seen like before. We kind of got to see the Keepy or hear the Keepy D shit more like in full. You know what I mean? Or at least the key parts where he really implicated his nephew was already dead, you know, all this shit. And pretty much said that Diddy put the million up, but I think he only got $500,000 or some shit, and some people were saying that the $500,000 was because they only killed Tupac and Sugar was still alive. Yo.
Here's the problem I got with this nigga. Because when all these other people was out talking all this shit for years, this nigga wasn't nowhere around. Now all of a sudden he pop up. After he done said all this bullshit done happened and he's still working for the nigga. Let's tell the truth, man. You broke, you need some money, so you decided to go read this script that this nigga put together for your ass. That's it, man. Him, Aubrey O'Day, that bitch Kalina, Capricorn Clark, man, all them motherfuckers, man, it's full of shit. Remember what I told you about? Remember what I told you about that bitch Capricorn Clark? I'm gonna get Gotti up there. We got some shit for her. She's gonna be up there talking all that kidnap shit. We got some shit for you, bitch.